Today we're making a dessert called Balushahi. You can serve this dessert at any type of festive Indian occasion. So here are the ingredients that we use to make it. 2 cups of flour, 3/8 cup or 6 tablespoons of butter, a ½ teaspoon of baking powder, 1 pinch of baking soda, you can add some yellow food coloring, 1.5 cups of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of cardamom powder, 2 cups of vegetable oil, 2 to 4 tablespoons of ghee, and this is optional, a 1/4 cup of almond slices, 1/8 teaspoon of saffron strands, and water. First you'll put the flour in a wide bowl. Then add the baking powder, baking soda, and softened butter. And then mix that all together. At this point you can add the yellow food coloring. Add a little bit of water at a time and mix until the dough becomes uniform. Make sure you don't overknead it or it'll become way too sticky. Then cover the dough and set that aside for 15 to 20 minutes to rest. In a separate saucepan, mix sugar with water just enough to wet the sugar. So for us that was about 3/4 cups of water. Heat the mixture with constant stirring. And when the sugar's melted, add the cardamom powder. And continue heating the syrup until a single strain is obtained. Then remove that from the heat and set that aside. The dough should now have attained the texture of having trapped bubbles inside. You'll make small round balls about 1 inch in diameter, and the size of the balls don't need to be smooth. Then make a dip in the middle, Finish making balls with all of the dough, and then set all of those aside. Add your oil to the pan, and you can add ghee at this stage if you want to use it. People might not want to use the ghee for some health reasons, but it definitely enhances the flavor of the balushai. Turn on the stove between low and medium. And as the oil heats up, add a tiny piece of the dough to the oil. You'll use this piece of dough to check to see when the oil is ready. When the oil is hot enough, the dough piece will float up and start sizzling. That's when you know it's ready. You want to make sure not to heat the oil too high, because that's just going to brown the outside really quickly, but the inside will stay uncooked. Carefully add your balushai to the oil, and allow the dough to fry. And you can always change the temperature settings on the stove so that your dough fries at a moderate pace. And when they turn slightly brown at the bottom, turn them over and allow the other side to brown. Then scoop up the balushai and put them on a paper towel to drain out the excess oil. And now you're going to dip those in the sugar syrup. You want to occasionally turn them over so that they absorb the sugar evenly on all sides. And at this point you want to start frying the next batch of the dough. When the balushais and the syrup have been soaking for about 15 to 20 minutes, you can remove those. And repeat the same steps for the subsequent batches of dough. For garnish, you can sprinkle some almond slices on each balushai, and then top those with a few threads of saffron. And you can serve the balushai warm or refrigerated.